Hello, sir. Going undercover?
No. I have an engagement.
Oh, yeah, it's the freebie for the fat cats and the subcontractors, isn't it?
It's a working supper at which our refurbishment main contractors will host a discussion on arrangements for the final stages of the Sun Hill development. Yes, it's a freebie, but don't tell Inspector Monroe. I don't want him giving me that knowing smirk all day tomorrow. Any problems?
Tea time on a freezing cold Sunday.
Good. Well, if anything important does crop up, and I stress important, you can get me at that number.
Oh, that's Groom Construction's headquarters, is it?
No, since you ask, it's the Wellesley Hotel.
Wellesley Hotel? Oh, very nice.
Yes. Well, I deserve a few perks for the nervous breakdown I've got with this expansion. I'll call in again later.
What, after the nuts and port?
And not a word to Monroe, right?
Right, sir.
Next week's duties, Bob.
Thank you, sir.
Was that Chief Inspector Conway I saw leaving?
It could be, sir. He is the senior late duty officer.
In his best overcoat?
And his only overcoat.
I wanted to live on a building site, I'd have been a brickie.
I thought Irishmen felt at home on building sites. Where's your pioneer spirit? I like a bit of mess.
Yeah, I've noticed.
Look out, there's a DI about.
What?
Gordon Ray.
All right, lads.
Yeah, fine, thanks.
I thought you were on leave, Gov.
Tomorrow. 10 days to get the drug squad out of my system, then I'm ready for the Sun Hill Superstars.
Where you off to?
Skiing in Austria.
Oh, aye. One of the girls in admin's just got back. She broke a leg. You want a cake?
No, thanks. I said I'd be home for tea and crumpets. Nothing occurring then?
No, just case preparation for the CPS. And stand help if you like.
You know you'll love it, really. See you soon, then. Broken leg or not.
Right.
Look, I know not a lot happens on a Sunday late, but maybe one of you ought to be near the phone.
He's right, you know.
He's certainly previous. I don't know whether he's good news or not.
I thought you counted the days. If Burnside's sweating, we're laughing, aren't we?
Well, we should be. But if he cramps Burnside style, he'll cramp one or two others as well, won't he?
There's nothing wrong with your style, Ted. Mind you, I don't suppose he gets a bundle on bottles of whiskey in off his drawers.
And then again, you can never be sure when you're going to get a really severe winter like 86. Or was it
Sun Hill
87?
Police, can I help
Well,
you?
anyway, you still stand to lose a lot, even if you cover them in newspaper, and that can be a real sickness.
Could you hold the line a
One
moment,
year I
please,
grew
sir?
these great tubers as big
Sarge.
as an elephant's.
Reported abduction. A young child.
Which phone box is it? There's 3 near Canley Fields.
Sierra Oscar from Sierra 1. Can you tell us which phone box it is, please? Apparently there are 3 in the vicinity.
Belfit Road, just along from the public toilets. Now, one of the witnesses is wearing jeans and a black leather jacket, and the other one's got dark trousers and a grey jacket with a hood.
There's the phone box. That's where are you? That must be then.
Mr. Deacon?
Yeah, sorry. We were trying to see if we could spot anything.
Right, what are we looking for? What happened?
Well, we were driving along, and there was this bloke on the road in front of us, holding on to a kid. Well, he runs across the road into the bushes there.
Sierra 1 receiving, over.
Got the seek and search, Ken?
Yeah, we're in
Boy or girl?
Road, Sarge.
A boy.
And the guy? Was he holding his hand or what?
No, he had him by the arm, dragging him, and the kid was screaming.
Your name, pal?
Stewart, Mark Stewart.
And how old? The kid?
He looked about 7 or 8. A blonde hair. Well, they went in over there.
Right, do you want to show us?
Yeah.
Cheers, Ken.
Look out there.
Sierra Oscar 595.
Receiving.
Looks like a goer, Sarge. There's the start of a definite trail leading through the undergrowth into Canley Fields.
Oh, right. Well, could you ask the 2 witnesses to stay put, Tony? CID are coming to fetch them.
Oh, good evening, sir. Sorry to interrupt your junketing. Well, whatever. I'm afraid it's gone a bit pear-shaped at this end, sir. A possible child abduction on Canley Fields. We've set the wheels in motion. Right, sir. Drive carefully.
Come in. You ever been in a police station before?
No.
Shut the door, will you? Well, it's not the standard decor, of course. It's usually much worse. Yeah, I'll make yourself a day, mate. Bring the chair up.
Cheers.
Right then. Now let's see what we got.
Right, could we start off with your full name and address, Mr. Deacon?
Why have you split us up?
Normal procedure. Avoids any confusion.
Robert Allen Deacon, 24 Turnford Road.
Guy stopped, looked at us for a second. Then he ran off into the bushes, dragging the kid with him.
Headlamps full beam with him?
Yeah, the street lights along there, useless.
And how fast were you travelling in the car?
Dunno, 30, 35. Robbie braked when he saw them, though.
How far ahead of you were they when you first saw them?
About 50 yards.
And he stopped?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, because it looked suspicious. And we heard the kid screaming.
As they were crossing or after they disappeared?
As they were crossing.
No children reported missing?
Not locally. I was going to do a full check with missing persons in case we can make a match on the age and description.
Oh, good evening, sir.
Andrew, what have you done so far?
2 Panda cars on scene, 85 here, 86 here, Sierra 1. There isn't a helicopter already up. We're awaiting word from IR on that. All other available bodies are mustering here in 5 minutes so you can brief them, which just gives me time to brief you first, sir.
Right, thank you.
So,
I've given the bogs a quick once-over. Nothing helpful.
Here's a briefing. We're going to try a bit further round, till they tell us different.
Is he going big on it, then?
Well, if he authorises 2 men and a dog, we might as well not bother.
Canley Field comprises roughly 30 acres of open space. Much of it is in a natural or overgrown state. Now, there's no real boundary fence. Now, the 2 main points of access are here by the toilets and here by the car park. Now, Panda 86 is here. The rest of you will rendezvous with Panda 85 here at the toilets. Something funny about that, Garfield?
No, sir.
You'll fan out from this point in a broad arc, moving towards the Prynne Road boundary. Now, there'll be 3 dog handlers and a TSG unit on the way. Now, don't get in front of the dogs. Otherwise, you take your orders on the ground from Inspector Monroe, unless he instructs you to take orders from Sergeant Cryer or Sergeant Peters. Now, I'm sure I should be able to cope here without you, Alec.
Sir?
Anything new from the witnesses?
No. No, but they've both been very cooperative and there's no discrepancies between the stories.
You think this is a hoax?
I'm not saying that.
Until it's proved otherwise, this is a genuine incident. A child's life could be at stake.
So I'll go and find out where it was starting from. All right, just...
Sarge, you got it?
Tony, can you show this dog handler man where the reported point of entry was? Yeah.
Right, mate. Sarge?
Yes.
You got a spare talk specialist?
No. Alec, have you spoken to the TSG sergeant yet?
Haven't seen it yet, no.
Come on, let's move it!
What's happened here? Struggle?
Could be.
About what you're doing, yeah?
Are you going round in circles?
Trail comes out again here.
Does he know what he's doing? She. And she's followed the scent of the broken vegetation. That's all you've asked her to do.
Point being, Sarge, when me and Ken first met the 2 lads, they were midway between here and down there.
What, where you went in?
Yeah.
So they could have done this themselves?
It's got to be a possibility.
13, Mr. Munro. Look, can you join the rest of the sweep, see if we can find something else? Well done. So,
Tramping about in the bushes to lay false trails. It's a bit elaborate, isn't it?
Yeah, well, all the best hoaxes are.
I don't think they're the type, Ted.
What do you want? Goofy teeth and half-mast trousers?
The home addresses check out. The motor's okay. Neither of them got any form. And that trail business could be just one coincidence. Nothing to do with the incident at all.
Well, let's just put it to them, shall we? Get a reaction.
Okay.
Funny thing has just cropped up, Robbie. The place you showed PC Stamp, where the man and the boy went into the undergrowth, well, there is a trail there. We followed it through and it doubles back on itself. Comes out onto the road again, about 50 yards along. How would you explain that?
Dunno.
Only when PC Stamp and PC Melvin first met you and Mark, you were midway between the 2 points.
So?
So you didn't see the man and the boy come out again at the second point?
No, we would have told you if we had, wouldn't we?
And you and Mark didn't go into the undergrowth at all, at any point?
No.
You're quite sure?
Yeah. I've said before. We just went along the road a bit. Struth.
What's the matter?
You are. We try to help and you don't believe a word. I wish we hadn't have bothered.
But you did. You were very public-spirited and we're very grateful. So if I could just have a little more of your time. More tea?
No, thanks.
I shouldn't be here. I'm not equipped. Oh, do spread out, Reg, for God's sake. You're supposed to maintain contact, not hold hands.
How can I see with a faulty torch?
Stick it in your gob, perhaps it'll run on gas.
Hey, you know, I should be back at the nerve centre.
You should. I'm CAD Sergeant. It's a total waste of time anyway. And I object to being dragged out in the cold on a wild goose chase.
Quick! Over here!
Anything from Ackland at the children's home?
No, sir.
Chase her up, will you?
643 from Sierra Oscar. Are you receiving? Over. 643 from Sierra Oscar.
Sierra Oscar from Sierra Oscar 1.
Yes, Andrew.
Still no helicopter then, sir?
No. Lippett's Hill won't play ball. The chopper's grounded with an engine fault.
Oh, well.
You don't sound very disappointed.
What seems a good idea at the time doesn't always look so clever in the cold financial light of day, sir.
Look, I deployed the resources and I'll carry the can. It's not your worry, Andrew. Out. Get onto area again, will you? Say that I want another TSG unit, 2 if possible. I want house-to-house inquiries made in all the side street west of Belfit Road and east of Prynne Road.
Sir, they found a suspect.
Right. Come on, empty your pockets out. Tony? Come. That's Jerry Coombe you got there, isn't it?
Yes, Sarge.
That's hardly easily, is it? Can you ask him what he's doing here?
Just as usual, he says. It's better than nothing.
Yeah, I'll take him in then.
So, what were you doing in Canley Fields?
Same as I'm always doing.
What, in this weather?
I'm a fresh air fiend. You soon warm up. Why the heavy mob?
A child's been abducted, Jerry. A man was seen dragging a kid onto Canley Fields at 7:30 this evening. Now, the man roughly fits your description.
I want a solicitor.
The duty brief's not very good looking.
I don't care. I want him. I'm not a child molester.
But you were there at 7:30.
I am not a child molester.
What were you doing there?
I've told you.
Who were you doing it with?
I want a solicitor.
Oh, come on, Jerry. This is important.
Ian. I don't know his surname.
Now, let me have a guess. Mulgrave.
Yes.
And where is Ian now, then?
I've no idea. Home, I suppose. We were in a snug little hollow when you lot showed up. He got frightened, he ran off, he thought you were yobs. They come looking for us sometimes, you know.
But you stayed put.
Till one of you lot trod on me, yeah.
And you didn't see or hear anything before the police arrived?
The occasional car. Police siren in the distance, we're always hearing those.
But nobody else going through the undergrowth. No voices.
No screams.
Our little hollow's well tucked away. Sorry.
Any joy?
Definitely a non-runner, in my opinion, sir.
You haven't let him go?
No, but he wants a brief.
Oh. Well, get him one. Keep him happy. He might remember something. You might even be wrong. What about these two lads?
We're giving them supper.
Do they want supper, or would they rather be on their way?
No, they're quite happy to stick around. Honest.
Don't push it, Ted. If all I get out of this is a complaint, I shall be most annoyed.
WPC Ackland's finished at the children's home, sir. No one's missing.
That's it then.
Sierra Oscar from Sierra Oscar 1. Receiving, over.
Go ahead, Andrew.
Not wishing to give lessons in sucking eggs, sir, but have you considered the slight logistical problem we're going to have in just over half an hour?
What?
Just that the night relief will be arriving for duty and we've got all their vehicles.
Thank you, Andrew.
So we've got 24 blokes from the TSG. You need at least 100 to do this place properly. 30 acres? Of course you do if you're going to seal it. And if we're not going to seal it, what's the point? You need men all round the perimeter for when you flush him out, and you need enough men to flush him out.
If he's here.
Well, exactly. More likely he's already through and gone, while Conway is up the road checking with the accountants.
No, I meant if he exists. Well, we better do a bit better than Jerry Coomer.
Coomer proves the point. It was sheer luck treading on him. Could lie up there all night and never get sussed, and the dogs won't find you if they don't know what they're looking for.
It's all right. It's only me.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about the consequences for efficient policing tomorrow morning, sir.
What consequences?
Well, tonight being a quick changeover, it's the late turn who relieve the nightmen in the morning. So if you keep the late men on till, say, 2 a.m, and they insist on their 8 hours away from the station, to which they're fully entitled, there won't be a soul on the streets tomorrow till 10 a.m.
Just thought you'd like to know, sir. I paid a quick visit to Ian Mulgrave.
Who?
Mulgrave, sir. Coomer's friend. He completely corroborates his statement. They were both in Canley Fields together, and they saw and heard nothing.
And you believe them?
Yes, sir. They're both as bent as pins, but I've always found them straight, if you see what I mean.
OK. We'll give it another 10 minutes, Andrew. Then I want a considered assessment of the situation on the ground.
Yes, sir.
Hiya. Hi. Are you back from... You back from Mulgrave's?
Yeah.
You brought him in?
Not worth it.
Yeah, well, I got a couple of things to check up on. You roast our two heroes out of the canteen, will you?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Narika, that 999 call that came through from Deacon, you took it, didn't you?
Yes, I did. It was at 19:30 precisely, but it wasn't a 999, it was a direct call.
What? On Sunhill's number?
Yeah.
It's a good one, that, right? Yeah. You know the way, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's straight up there, yeah.
All right, mate.
Cheers.
Thanks.
Hiya.
I think we should swap partners.
What for?
I don't think our Mr. Deacon likes me.
What more is there to say, anyway?
Oh, you'll think of something. So, Mark, how do you like police grub?
Yeah, not bad, really.
Good, good. Take a seat.
Cheers, mate.
Now then, Mark, at the risk of boring you, can we go back to 7:30 this evening? You saw the man and the boy, you stopped the car, you ran to the phone box. What then?
We phoned.
Well, you both got into the phone box?
Yeah.
But it was Robbie who actually made the call.
Yeah, that's right.
He dialed 999.
No, he rang your number here.
You mean he looked up Sunhill Police Station in the directory? It's a bit time-consuming, isn't it, in an emergency?
No, he already knew it. I mean, his Goodwin numbers and that. Not like me, I can't remember nothing.
He knew Sunhill's number. Any idea how?
Found out about the job, I guess.
The job?
Yeah, you know, about coming a copper. He rang for information how to apply and that.
Robbie wants to be a policeman.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that, is there?
There is if you make up cock and bull stories to impress everybody.
Sierra Oscar 1 from Sierra Oscar receiving, over.
Oh, Mr. Deacon wants to be a police officer. This whole bloody circus has been started off by some kid who knows our phone number off by heart.
He's admitted it was a hoax.
The whole thing is a fabrication to prove how wonderfully alert and what an enthusiastic crime buster he could be.
Has he admitted it?
That he wants to be a policeman, yes.
But not that he made this up.
Oh, come off it, Gov. What more do you want? I knew those two were a pair of bozos the minute I laid eyes on them.
Receiving.
Andrew, yes. Have you anything at all to report?
No, sir, nothing. The second sweep's nearly finished.
What do the dog handlers think?
General feeling is we're on a loser, sir. If there was any supporting evidence, they'd be happier, but basically the dogs are just chasing about in the dark, like the rest of us.
OK. Finish the second sweep and pull the plug.
You're calling off the search, sir?
Yes.
Understood.
I'd like to speak to Mr. Deacon.
All right, lads. I noticed they blew the whistle just as we went into overtime, eh? Oh, I don't know.
We are very grateful for your assistance, believe me. But in the absence of any additional evidence that a crime has been committed, well, there is a limit to what we can do.
Yeah, sure.
So, thanks again for coming forward. And if anything comes up, we'll let you know. Bye, Mr. Stewart.
Cheers.
Mr. Deacon.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Please.
Thanks.
We should be charging him with wasting police time.
So you've said.
You're not being a nuisance at all, Mrs. Butler, but I'm sure there's nothing to worry about. I've got the details, so... Yes, of course we will. Just stay at home and we'll be in touch. You're welcome. Bye. Graham Butler, aged 8, blonde hair. Left his friend's house at 7:15. Not home yet.